The AM Sideline Report, will you go to crew? Touchdowns and tackles, we give you the view. Huddle up, football fans, this show's for you. From the pregame hype to the final whistle, true.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the AM Sideline Report. I'm your co-host, Marcus. With me, as always, Mo. Almost my co-host here. Hey. Welcome back for another episode 16. Madness is flying by now.
Yeah.
Soon enough as 100. Yeah.
Moving, eh? Moving.
But yeah, we're gonna end up kicking off straight with some NFL game coverage, because at the moment there's not really much NFL news, more league news if you don't really want to mention.
Yeah.
But also some gridiron stuff that is as we're filming.
Yeah, we're hosting here in the Will Jeffreys Bay in the Eastern Cape. We're hosting a youth flag football clinic. So youth are involved, and also adults that want to learn how to coach, etc. That's happening this weekend. By the time this episode airs, we should be wrapped up with that.
Oh, we done.
Yeah. So, but
Next episode we'll let you guys know how it went, man.
yeah. I'm definitely excited for that coming up. We're on the eve of that.
Currently almost 6:30 the night before.
Yeah, it's like 13, 14 hours before we keep that all.
So a tad nervous. Yeah, a little excited.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Let's roll with it. Let's get it in the book, and we can
Keep on rolling off.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, in saying that, if anybody wants to learn how to be involved, you're looking for
Post. But post the weekend.
No, what I mean is, sorry, if anybody wants to learn or have a coaches training clinic or a youth flag football, anything related to flag football, for example, whatever, come down to their town, get in touch with the Ground South Africa, and the guys are more than happy to try and support. And we're definitely looking to grow the sport. So that's why we're hosting this, and hopefully we can expand out into the rest of the country as well. So yeah. I mean, if we can hold it down here in Jeffreys Bay, I mean,
you can hold it anyway. Yeah, because like you said, we're trying to expand the sport throughout South Africa. So yeah, if you guys are keen, just reach out to either us, we get you in touch with the correct people, or reach out to Yaffle on Instagram and on TikTok, don't believe so, or go around South Africa, and they will also direct you to the correct people.
Yeah, that's for the youth side. Yeah, if you are interested in the adult side of the sport, then Gridiron South Africa would be the best direct channel anyway. So maybe just get in contact with Gridiron South Africa.
I'm currently in the mindset of tomorrow.
Yeah, we can.
As the kids.
Okay, man. No, okay.
Well,
all right.
Let's kick off with some NFL. Some game coverage. Week 7, Thursday night football.
Should we say we're changing the format up slightly, because we're going to run through the scores, and then we'll discuss one or two like interesting games after the fact, rather than trying to labor through every single game. Type of thing.
Because you guys end up sitting here forever when we do that.
So you'll run through the scores, and then we'll pick one or two games afterwards to talk a little bit more about.
Yeah, here we go. So Thursday night football was the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Steelers beat the Bengals 33-31. Moving on to Sunday night football, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Los Angeles Rams, and the Rams destroyed the Jaguars in London 35-7. Minnesota Vikings versus the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles surprisingly beat the Vikings. I thought it was going to be the other way around.
I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't, but I thought the Vikings were going to beat the Eagles, but Eagles beat the Vikings 28-22. Then moving on to my team. Well, my team's game, I should say, because the teams coming up first is the Tennessee Titans, which is not much, versus the New England Patriots, and the Patriots beat the Titans 31-13. Then move on to New York Jets versus the Carolina Panthers, and the Panthers beat the Jets in a very low-scoring game, 13-6. Cleveland Browns just spat all over my screen. Might have gotten you guys wet as well. I apologize. But where was I? The Cleveland Browns versus the Miami. Oh, God's bros. The Cleveland Browns versus Miami Dolphins. Browns beating the Dolphins 31-6. That was just a slaughter. The Chicago Bears versus the New Orleans Saints, and the Bears beat the Saints 26-14. Slow-mo my face. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Las Vegas
I'm
Raiders.
wondering what you would read.
I didn't realize you're about to mention the name which we do not speak of. Here's the Baltimore deal. Kansas City Chiefs versus Las Vegas Raiders, and the Chiefs absolutely thrashed the Raiders 31-0. That's bad. But the Raiders are currently a terrible team.
Yeah, well, it was a complete shutout. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
I think the first of the season, actually, wasn't it? Or
No, there was the Panthers 3
well, actually, that's what it's doing. Yeah.
against the Falcons. Then we move over to Los Angeles Chargers versus the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts beat the Chargers 38-24. Denver Broncos versus the New York Giants in a very shocking game. That's one of the games we're going to be discussing.
Definitely have to talk about.
We didn't have to talk about that game, but the Broncos beat the Giants 33-32. Then it was the Arizona Cardinals versus your team, the Green Bay Packers, and the Packers beat the Cardinals 27-23. Very close game for the Packers. Then we move over to the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders, and surprisingly, the Cowboys destroy the Commanders 44-22. My goodness.
I don't think I had that as a surprise. I thought that was going to happen.
But we both went Commanders in the game.
I did really.
Yeah. We both went.
That's true. Yeah. So yes, shocking surprise.
Yeah. Like you mentioned in last week's episode, when you pick Cowboys, they lose. If you don't pick Cowboys, they win.
Yeah, it's my de facto default guaranteed loss or guaranteed like non-pick of the week almost every single week.
It's the Cowboys and the Browns. Except for last week, you got the Browns right.
No, the Browns actually surprisingly I have
I like that episode. You said like when you pick them, they lose. When you don't pick them,
I think that wasn't it the Cowboys?
no,
Was it the Browns?
yeah. You said Cowboys first, and then a couple of games later you mentioned Browns as well.
Yeah, Browns I tend to get more accurate because, like again, the opposing team have a bit more of a idea there. So sometimes when I pick them, it's a little bit more accurate. But I do that. I do tend, like beginning of the season, I did tend to favor the Browns quite heavily. I think I've since kind of learned my lesson. It's
After they beat you.
well,
That's funny. Then we move up to the last game of Sunday Night Football, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Atlanta Falcons, and the 49ers beat the Falcons 20-10.
mm-hmm.
Moving on to Monday Night Football, Detroit Lions versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I couldn't remember where they're from now for a second. Lions beat the Buccaneers 24-9. That was a much bigger score than I expected.
Yeah.
I expected that to be maybe like a 3-point difference kind of thing, but 24-9 was actually but much bigger score than I expected.
Yeah. I mean, look, Bucks are dealing with a ton of injury as well, and I think it's very problematic for them at the moment. So yeah, not to take anything away from the Lions. I think the Lions did fairly decently. Do think it would have been a lot closer
if those games were at full strength.
Yeah.
That's great. Hopefully, the Bucks are still struggling when we face them in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I do think they have. Look, obviously they'll make plans as they they'll try and cater for the injury list, and we should have some players returning at some point during the season. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
And then the final game of the week, Seattle Seahawks versus the Houston Texans. And the Seahawks beat the Texans 27-19. Woo! That was a good week of football, man.
Was.
He's like it.
Yeah, some really interesting games. I think the biggest one, right,
Yeah.
has to be just because it's all over everywhere. If you're on the internet, you must have come across, and you're into football, you must have come across it. The Broncos Giants game, right?
And I knew you're gonna go directly into that one.
Yeah. Sorry, I know you had the Titans Patriots game listed first.
Oh no, that's cool. I just spoke for an hour. It's fine.
Okay, all right. So then they're not.
Let's go nuts.
Let's talk Broncos Giants, right?
That game, I'm so pissed off for that game.
Yeah.
Because I predicted Giants, you predicted Broncos. I'm like, there's no way Giants is gonna beat the Broncos. There's no doubt about it. The way Jackson Dart and I spat again, why am I leaking everywhere? And Cam Scatterboo's been playing.
Yeah.
I thought they had it.
Right.
They kind of did at one point.
They did, right? So the entire the entire Broncos team somehow decided to sleep through 3/4 of the game, right? As someone watching the game and thinking to myself, where are the Broncos?
Exactly.
It was not. Yeah. I think the Broncos defense did keep the Broncos in the game. Logic.
One touchdown per quarter.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So the heart of that first 3/4, 45 minutes of playtime was largely the Broncos defense.
Yeah. Bo Nixon offense was nowhere to be
Yeah.
seen.
There was almost every time the offense came onto the field,
They stepped back off.
yeah, it was pretty much, three downs and kind of get off. There was the odd additional first down, but it was shocking. Like, I was like, what's happened to the Broncos? Like, honestly, thought I'd lost that pick that in the week, and I was like,
I was so hoping you did.
but I looked at it, and I know the Broncos have the ability and they have the capability. They're just like, I couldn't understand what was going on.
That first 3/4 was extremely shocking, dude.
Yeah, and it was a quiet game, largely.
Yeah.
Right. So it was pretty much okay. The Giants were doing their thing. They were struggling a bit, I guess, a little bit here, there, whatever kind of thing. But it was back and forth. They ended up putting up some points on the board. And yeah, 19-0 in entering the fourth quarter. We know this. They ended up scoring again. I think it was 26 or something. Shortly after the start of the fourth quarter.
The first touchdown in the fourth quarter, 14 minutes in, was the Broncos that scored.
Okay,
to make it 19-7. And then Giants scored again.
Are we sure about this? Because
I made the notes.
I seem to remember at about the 10-11 minute mark. That's where the Broncos decided to step in.
Because when I made the notes, I checked it out.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, no, sorry, because I'm also now thinking, because I had a bunch of notes on the previous week, the week 6 game that the Broncos played, and I might have been reading from the wrong notes tonight.
14 minutes and 8 seconds in the fourth quarter, Broncos scored. I make it 6-19, and then 2-point conversion, 8-19.
Yeah, that's okay. So okay. Yeah, that last 15 minutes though from the Broncos was
next level.
Yeah, like insane. Like, and it's like they suddenly stepped onto the field and they're like, oh wait, we're playing football.
Exactly.
Wait, oh, whoopsies, we're down a couple of points. Like maybe we need to do something.
Step it up.
Kind of.
Some of that Alaskan water from Bobby Boucher.
But yeah, so and then they just came out swinging, right?
Bro, they came out swinging hard.
Yeah, I mean to put up 33 points in 15 minutes or under 50 minutes. Yeah. And I still remember as well, there was a question of whether they're going to onside kick or, they're probably going to have to onside kick every time now, kind of thing, if they want to even have a hope of, I think they'd been written off, right? But also, like, and then, well, game progressed and it's like, oh, wait, wait, hold on, what the hell just happened? They just scored again. What, yeah. But
That last quarter was just insane.
Yeah.
But finish what you're saying, then I'll get to what I was going to say.
I want to know why they don't play like that the entire time. Yeah. So
If they did play every single quarter the way they played the fourth quarter,
look, obviously it came at a tremendous effort, right?
yeah,
So, but I mean, average that out. Don't sleep for 45 minutes of the game and then decide to come out. Play to your strength. What changed in that? And that's 45 minutes, like at the sort of halfway point in the second half. Switch sides, change of quarter kind of thing. What happened? What was said? What changed in their minds that, oh wait, let's
they'll win this game, y'all fired.
Yeah. That's the type of question that I'd like to know.
Yeah.
What actually changed?
The for lack of a better term, projection of the game.
Yeah.
From the first 3 quarters just to that last quarter was just
not
even 180. I didn't know what you're in a quarter. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a complete, like,
what
mind blow. I know.
Because like I was going to say, no. So in the fourth, so it was completely shut down. First quarter touchdown Giants. Second quarter touchdown Giants. Third quarter touchdown Giants. That's the only points.
Yeah.
Then start, like I said, 14 minutes 8 seconds was a touchdown by the Broncos.
Yeah.
Then Jackson Dart scored another touchdown for the Giants. Then it was touchdown Broncos. Touchdown Broncos. Touchdown Broncos.
Yeah.
But those last couple of touchdowns, okay, so the first one came 14 minutes. Their second touchdown came 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 13 seconds touchdown. 3 minutes, 51 seconds touchdown. 1 minute and 51 seconds touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That is just mad. And they finished off with a field goal, so still.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, right, they did cut it really, really close, right? Because
that point just to give him in the lead was in the dying seconds.
Yes. Also, right, first time they obviously had the lead for the entire game was in like the last 9 seconds of the entire game. But in saying that, right, if the Giants kicker, had have actually converted his points, or actually made the 2 kicks that he did, they would have lost it, despite that massive comeback.
Because the score would have been 34-33.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he missed the kick in the second quarter, he missed the kick in the third quarter.
Yeah, the 1 point conversion.
Yeah.
So there were 2 kicks missed, but
I had the kicker.
Yeah, I mean, but
I would have got an extra point.
But that's also just goes to show like how, the special teams, that just that 1 kick, or
how much it matters.
Yeah, how much it can actually matter in the game. On the other side of the coin, though, right? Everybody's raving about the Broncos and what a massive comeback, etc. What about the Giants?
Yeah.
I mean, to be 27-7 or 27-8, sorry, in the lead, like with 12 minutes to go in the entire game, and then to lose it at the end. I mean,
that is terrible.
Yeah. How do you go from that to, rolling out the next week?
Yeah, how do you
we're going to win this?
Yeah,
because you can be technically, I mean, if you think about it, exactly this in the exact same situation, you're miles ahead in terms of points, compared to the other team, and you've got to have in the back of your mind, shit, what happened? What happens if they come back? Like,
what? Ask the Falcons. 28-3 against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They still haven't come back.
So it's a valid point, right?
They're still not the same team. On you, man. Yeah. So is everything you want to say about the Broncos Giants game?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's obviously a lot of talk on online, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had to mention it.
Yeah. That was an insane game.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I will say it was a very boring game up until that point. But the moment the Broncos scored their first touchdown, it like the script flipped and things went off the rails. And that last quarter was an insane point. Yeah, like everyone to see a comeback moment, kind of
Yeah.
outside of that
Writing and the New England Patriots.
that Super Bowl. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, this was the skip everything all the way up until the last quarter. Just watch the last quarter. That's what the last
16
the last 15 minutes of the game. That's all you need to watch to understand the entire game. That's it.
was meant. Well, cool. They discuss Tennessee Titans versus the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Dude, that game made me stressing. Holy shit.
I did.
Oh,
I will say I did. I think on their opening drive, the Titans got the 3 points,
yeah.
and then for some reason I was waiting because I didn't have the game on live. I only did the highlight after
Yeah.
that. But watching the game, or at the time that I was watching the game, or the other games, and the game was on.
Yeah.
I remember checking the scores and saying, okay, 3-0. And then I don't see any scores happening for like a long while after. It felt like forever. And I was like,
I think 3-3, 10-3 for the Titans. I'm like, oh my lord. I was just sitting there panicking. I'm like, no ways. The Titans can't destroy us like this, man.
yeah,
The Patriots came back. Like, man, it's like I said, yeah, like the first quarter, like I said, I was stressing the score being 10-3 going into the second quarter, 10-3. But that's when things changed, man.
Yeah.
Man, like I said, yeah, things started changing in the second quarter with 5 minutes left. That touchdown to Austin Hooper, that was awesome. Like in the back left corner, Austin Hooper jumped on top of the player to catch the ball for the touchdown
and then dropped in.
to make it 10-10. Then it was that beautiful touchdown to Keyshawn Booty.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's
To make it 17-10. And then Drake May got tackled very, very hard. He said he decided to do a double bounce on the turf and he was taken off. And I'm like, oh crap, okay, game's done.
Yeah.
Done for the Patriots.
yeah. Obviously, I knew the final score when I watched the highlights of it. But yeah, at that moment, like if I had been watching, I'd be like, this isn't looking positive for the Patriots game forward.
As soon as I saw his head hit like that, I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
he's off. He's off.
You have to know that as soon as something like that happens, it hits turf, and particularly as a bounce as well.
Double him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
There's almost like an obligatory requirement to at least perform a concussion check.
It's not grass, but it's not a soft.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Yeah, I mean, it's the there.
But yeah, they definitely have to do the check, so you know at least for the next 5 to 10 minutes, probably they're at least out. So yeah, defense better hold them down, or whatever happens, better hold it. Like you better hold the line, but it's
He got to hold him solid.
Yeah.
But luckily, Joshua Dobbs actually did a pretty good job. He only threw 2 throws. First one was not that great, and now luckily I think it was like third and medium maybe.
okay.
Beautiful throw for the second throw. Got that first down. Drake May came back on the field.
Yeah.
Everyone, even the Titans fans, Drake May is back on the field. From there, just a beautiful game, man. After that, we just came back and destroyed the Titans. Like I said, final score, 31-13. There was a play, Cam Ward from the Titans, QB from the Titans, standing like 4 yards away from his end zone, wanting to throw the ball to his receiver. Throws, he loses the ball. No one's touching him, loses the ball backwards. Patriots defenders pick it up, touchdown. I'm like, oh yeah, we take touchdown down where we can get there. Of course, right? It was just next level insane, man. But yeah, like I was gonna say, let me just read some of the stats here, just the 2 of them. That Drake May throwing 21 from 23 for 220 yards and 2 touchdowns. with this game, Drake May has broken Tom Brady's highest passing completion percentage, I should say. I think it was like 91.3%. Tom Brady's highest was like, I think 88, 89. This game put Drake May above that. Yeah, I knew Tom Brady. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Drake May becoming the next Tom Brady for the Patriots.
Everyone is. All Patriots fans are. If you're a Patriots fan and you are a fan of Drake May being the new Tom Brady, leave a comment down below. Let us know. But then also,
I still disagree though.
you shut up.
Well, at least like I said before, I'm still on the fence.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough of it. He's had a mediocre, actually probably a little below average season.
Well, last season, this season.
Last season.
Yeah, last season was bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was terrible coaching staff and things like that as well.
Yeah,
Also,
fair enough.
But
I mean, still, right?
Yeah.
This season, okay, cool. He's doing pretty decent. There's been like this massive jump, but also given that there's a massive jump, there's also the potential for massive fall when things don't work out. So things are working well now, and I'd say the mark of a great QB is being able to make the right calls under or like intense pressure, and also like under adverse circumstances.
Yeah.
Last season, obviously rookie season, so
Jared Mayo.
Yeah, so there's all there are other potential and let's call it environmental or contextual issues that maybe we can give them the benefit of the doubt a little bit here or there, but at the same time, I mean, Brady stepping out onto the fields, look, that under different circumstances, right? So that was under Belichick as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's difficult to say, but also what happens when in a season or two where that coach leaves and this coach moves on and that player is now no longer there, and I mean there's a great combination at the moment with May and Diggs, right?
And Booty.
Yeah, and Booty as well. Yeah, let's not forget Booty.
Yeah.
But
Can't never forget about the Booty.
yeah, so but what happens next season when Booty's signed out to or I don't know if he enters free agency next season, but theoretically hypothetical situation where he's no longer around, or Diggs gets injured or something, what happens then? Is he still able to make the plays work?
Yeah.
Or does the entire team fall apart?
Yeah. That's fair. That's true.
That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for those, when the stretch happens, do the cracks appear.
Yeah. We can also start seeing that maybe in, is it 2 weeks' time? I think it's 2 weeks' time. Week 8, we play Browns. Week 9, we play Falcons. And I think week 10, we play Bucks.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens when we play Bucks.
See, again, that's the thing, right?
That's a much tougher team.
Yeah, but also Bucks are currently under, they've got a lot of issues with injury, and so the problem with the Bucks at the moment is I don't know how long they're going to last in the season. They came out really well, really strong. I think they've been doing pretty decently.
Yeah, they also have 5-2.
Yeah, but there's a question over what happens for the rest of the season, given the stack of injuries that is coming up. So we'll see, but
here we'll see then week 16. Week 16 against the Bulls again. No, week 15 against the Bulls. Week 16 against the Ravens. We'll see. By that time, Lamar Jackson's back as well.
Even still,
I think Lamar Jackson's actually back next week.
Yeah, there was still a question. I know at least when I made my pick, whether he's still questionable to play in week 8. But
I'll be pretty if he's not good, because I picked a Ravens wing, so I'll be pissed if he's not back.
He did attend practice. but there was a question of whether he was actually going to be fit enough to play. He attended practice on the Wednesday, and then but the question was still there, and so it was still debatable. But it's a difficult call because knowing whether he plays or not against the Bears in week 8, which we'll get to in our picks for week 8, it's like Bears win if it's like kind of obvious. Bears win if Lamar's not playing. If he is playing, Ravens win. It's like kind of obvious.
Both personal.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next game, there's just the one stat I still wanted to mention. It's all good. Mondre Stevenson, 88 yards for 18 carries and one touchdown, which was his highest this season, like running yards. Yards. 88. Dude, the first 5-6 plays was all Stevenson.
Yeah.
Just handed the ball over, Stevenson. And he just broke through the Titans defense. It was insane.
Yeah, I mean the Titans don't have a good rush defense.
I still laugh because the commentator was like, okay, so he's got more now in this game than last week. Okay, he's got more now in this game than 2 weeks ago. It's just adding them up. But cool. I think the rest of the games is all what you wanted to bring up.
Yeah, so look, I mean, for me,
Talk away, my friend.
Steelers Bengals.
I'm listening.
No, Steelers Bengals game, right?
Yeah. This is a very good game.
Yeah, this was this was the early game. This was
Thursday night.
So pretty much effectively great game, I thought. Basically Joe Flacco actually having some time to gel with the Bengals versus Rodgers and the old Steelers, kind of coming out. In like it was a close game, right? Yeah, in fairness. What cost the Steelers though? I think largely Rodgers' interceptions. Yeah. And then I'm going to bring this up again in another game as well, but the number of penalties conceded by the Steelers. Like there were critical moments where the Steelers couldn't afford to lose the ball, and penalties conceded and yards gained. It literally gave the game away for the Steelers. Bengals capitalizing on that like with absolute like perfection. I think they took away from those penalties or conceded penalties against the Steelers really, really well. The only criticism I think I have of the Bengals is that there was a definitive lack of pressure on the QB from the defense.
Yeah, Bengals defense has been struggling.
Yeah, so they fixed I think they've sort of somewhat at least patched the holes a little bit with Flacco now manning at QB, but the defense is still struggling immensely.
And the O-line as well.
Yeah,
I was injured next week.
Yeah, but look, I mean, Rodgers. Like if you look at Rodgers on the field, I think he was taking like 6 to 7 seconds to throw the ball, which is that's a lot of time. And he was sitting comfortably, like drops back slightly, sits there, checking, waiting. Okay, there, cool, throw. No concern, no pressure. Kind of just hanging back. Doing his thing, relaxed, all calm. I mean, he's flying high on his crystals or whatever he's into that this season. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, he looked calm and relaxed on his face. So defensive wise, Bengals just lacking in actual pressure. And then I do want to just say from the Bengals side as well, the last 2 minutes of that game, fourth quarter, last 2 minutes, they managed that game very, very well.
Clock management.
Yeah, clock management was like absolutely critical to them in winning that game, and they played that to perfection. They literally, I think they needed that field goal at the end to win. Steelers, I think, scored like 2 minutes or something with like 2 minutes to go, and Bengals got the ball back with like very short amount of time to go, and they moved that ball down the field, got the ball out when they needed it to, call the timeouts when they needed to. They got into field goal range, but absolutely like precise clock management kind of thing, and also not giving up too much time
for the Steelers to come back.
Potentially like move back down the field. They definitely. That's one of those that's how clock management is. Right. Managing the time in the critical moments of the game, and something a lot of teams can learn from, I will say.
Like the Titans, because going back to Titans Patriots game, oh my lord, well, it was less than a minute or about a minute of the second quarter left. Titans still has three touchdowns, three timeouts. They didn't use a single one of them. They needed to run down to try to score, just get some points on the board. Didn't use a single one of them. Fourth quarter with 5 minutes left, they used all three.
Yeah,
that's the point of it. If the commentators like, "What? You didn't use any there. Why are they using all now with 5 minutes left?"
Yeah,
and they didn't even have the ball. The Patriots had the ball.
Yeah. No, look, I get in that case, it's to stop the clock from running.
Yeah.
So the Patriots would, in that case, it doesn't make sense in this scenario because the Patriots are way too far ahead at that point. 5 minutes left in an entire game. You're not making up those the answer points there. Let's be honest. It doesn't matter how quickly you can move that ball unless you're getting interception, pick six kind of thing. Then kick return. Yeah, it's definitely not happening. That's it's extremely unlikely that it's going to happen. But typically, what would happen is why you use the timeouts earlier when the opposing team has the ball is to stop them from running the clock down. So they're forced to make a play, or they're going to play, but they're also looking at the clock as well, and so also trying to run the play clock down, right? So I've got 40 seconds to just, let's take all 40 seconds. You're going to snap the ball and it's like the 1 second mark kind of thing, which does cost time and prevents you from potentially coming back. In this case, what does it matter? Because ain't nobody knows.
Ain't no one. Well, sorry, Karen, as you just do while you told me that, I just remembered.
Oh, no, that was pretty much it. I mean, interesting game. I mean, really good game. I quite enjoyed it. It was just one of those things.
Battle at Angsa was good.
Yeah.
Unkapol.
Yeah. The old top east.
El Palis.
Yeah. Saints Bears.
Yeah.
Honestly, such a bad game. I looked at it. I watched the game live, and at the end of the first quarter, I still remember thinking to myself, "What a waste of a game." Defensively, nothing. Offensively,
Nothing.
Both teams suck. Like, what is this? What is happening? What I will say though, is the Bears offense did recover, but I'll say it is thanks to the Bears have a really, really great defense.
Excuse me, sorry, I'm dying.
Right.
So just before the weekend, I'm busy dying. You by yourself tomorrow.
Don't do that to me. No. But yeah, so the Bears defense, initially I didn't think started out well, but they do have really great defense or defensive unit. And thankfully, they rolled out the talent a little bit on the field like during the game, and actually kept the Saints. I mean, look, the Saints offensively were doing pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
But I will say the possibly contributed by there's defense. Look, I think Saints rank one of the lowest offensively, at least anyway. So yeah, probably not much work to be done, but they were there, they were present, and by stopping the Saints from progressing, allowed the Bears offense to get back on the field, struggle, and but eventually the Bears or the offensive unit settled, and they found their rhythm kind of thing, and then from there they just kind of grew.
But the Saints has been bad for a while, but they still not they worse now without Derek Carr.
Yeah. But last I think statistically you could probably say that there are. It's difficult to really nail down specifically Carr though.
Well, this season, what they 1-5, 1-6?
Yeah.
1-6. Yeah. Last season, at least the first 2 games of Derek Carr, they won. And then they won maybe like another 1 or 2 further down the line.
Yeah, true. But they do have, look, you're looking, they were bottom ranked, right? In the last season, right?
Yeah, one of the bottom 5.
Yeah, please. Yeah, that's okay. Right? So let's say bottom 5. When you're at that point, you're not going next season to try and win Super Bowl kind of.
No, of course not.
You're looking to improve.
Yeah, at least
and show improvements. Yeah. And in order to do that, you also need to look longer term, right? You eventually want to win the Super Bowl, but when is that going to be? Is it 5 years from now, right?
2030.
Yeah. So you're hitting down a 10-year timeline or time frame kind of thing. So you're looking to put the pieces into place, and obviously you're going to have existing members leave, or existing players leave, coaching staff, etc. Front office, back office, kind of administrative staff, whatever, leaving. Things are going to change.
Yeah.
But if your goal is, say, 3 or 4 or 5 years from now, you're also looking to the drafts, what talent is coming up. You don't need to get everybody right now. So you also limited in budgets and that type of thing as well. So yeah, you're kind of looking to the future and you're saying, okay, cool, we need a QB, right?
Yeah.
As an example. We need a QB. Let's hopefully we get we rates, one in the draft. We'll take them now, develop them for the next 2 years, 3 years maybe. And if hopefully things work out, and 3 years from now, we'll have a great QB or at least a great QB on our hands. In the 2 years, in the 2 years prior, we'll sort out our O-line, or obviously things will change as you from year to year as well. But you're kind of looking to plug the gaps with enough future thought that's this is where we're going to. It's like a rebuild, effectively. So there might appear to be worse off now, but
they're building into something better.
Now, whether they're on that road, or they're on, they thought they were on that road and they ended up taking a short left somewhere, kind of thing.
Never know the result goes this way. We meet you this end.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll double up.
So yeah, whether that's debatable. I think they've unfortunately digressed, off the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's give them another season or 2.
Yeah. See what they can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, if you compare it to the team like, let's say, the Jets, right? The Jets thought they could patch fix their problems. Replace the coach, replace the QB, problem solved. We're now top caliber again.
Their oil or their fuel is gone.
Yeah. So there is nothing there.
0-7 like that.
And I honestly expect them to be 0-8 by the end of this. By the end of week.
Dude, they could actually beat. Who was it? Was it? I think I remember you said Titans, and there was someone else that had like a full season, like 0-17, but they only won. The last game one was like season before kind of thing. We still had one of the episodes.
Yeah.
If you want to go check that up, I wouldn't be surprised if they 0-17 at the end of the season.
No, I honestly think I'll give them 2 games.
Or closer to the end, maybe.
Yeah.
Because their second last game is against us. We probably have already booked playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully.
Shut up. I say shut up. I'm still crossing fingers at you.
You should, but I'm also just saying hopefully because there's still more than half the season to go.
We send that Joshua Dobbs and some other beaters,
and you don't really care what happens anyway. You booked your spot. You're not going to advance any further. You don't have the possibility of losing any further. So you know what?
That's what raised the last.
Yeah,
our last game against the Bulls when we won our 4th game, they sent out the POC team because they already booked their playoff spot. Then
there was no possibility of losing that spot. They weren't going to sink or go further. So you know what? The outcome of the game doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just
it's a possibility of that.
Rest your players and get ready for playoffs.
Yeah,
type of thing. So there is a possibility. I'll give them like I said, I'll give them like 2 games, unless something drastically changes.
Yeah,
there's coaches get fired, or coaches are replaced, certain players are benched, others are brought in, kind of thing. I mean, look, Fields is sitting out at the moment. Anyway,
how is he?
Well, he was benched in the second half of the this last week's game. Halftime, he was benched, and there was a question of whether he was going to start in week 8. I think the decision was made that they running with can't remember who he
I'm not trying to do
but I had to confirm that. But the general idea was that he probably wasn't going to play. He wasn't going to start.
Didn't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pulled off. No, I thought they put Justin Fields. Justin Fields is now Justin Lake.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Saints unfortunately just non-existence at the moment. So yeah, I'll give them maybe also another game or 2. Yeah. See what the Saints can do, but hopefully long term they've got a bigger plan. But yeah, come on, guys.
There's something about the Saints I like.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but this, like I said last time, maybe because I like New Orleans, I like their whole jazz vibes of the Saints coming from there. There's just something about the Saints I like.
Yeah.
So I hope we'll say
those guys. There's some big boys in that. In that team. Like I know every team is there's some big guys in all the teams, but those guys, I don't know, for some reason just look bigger than big guys. I'd hate to be lining up against
what are they doing? But cool, move on to the next game, the Jags versus Rams.
Yeah, so yeah, look, this for me, I know we have had discussions about the Jags.
We discussed our game outside earlier.
Yeah,
well, the afternoon.
Yeah, so I mean, look, the Rams dominated that game like through and through. From start to end, that was the Rams game.
Yeah.
There was no question about it.
I actually did not expect it. I predicted Jags to win because the way they've been performing.
Yeah,
I was busy doing something that afternoon. I can't remember what it was. So when I put it on the TV to watch the game, and I saw that the Rams are so far ahead, they were, I think, 21-0 up or something like that.
Yeah, it was
like, what in the heavens is happening?
Yeah, no, it was a disaster for the Jags.
Yeah.
I will say the Jags, kind of okay. So defensively, Jags are pretty hopeless. I don't think the Jags have a strong defense anyway. But they just didn't really anyway show up. Like even more so. And then on the other side of the ball, the offense didn't really do pretty much anything. Now,
What, they got 7 points on the board.
yeah,
In all fairness, there was Travis Hunter's first official NFL touchdown, which props to Travis for that. Yeah, it was a nice touchdown.
it was. Yeah.
It was a very good touchdown.
But yeah, it was largely all around just a disappointment from the Jags. Now, one can say, yeah, bad game. Okay, let's move on. And the Jags are a pretty decent team, but actually, technically, they're not. You've got an offense that is shaky, and their previous games had been against, other than the Chiefs, and we did discuss this as well. So I might be repeating a couple of things here, but
It's a game.
but yeah, okay. Exclude the Chiefs from the equation, and again, Chiefs were playing with the standard 11 men on the field, the 15.
Yeah, for enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah. Xavier Worthy wasn't
Was still injured.
Ricky Rice was off. He was still suspended. So Chiefs were kind of lacking in
Was Mahomes and Coulter.
yeah, pretty much. Which I think the Jags capitalized on, and they did well. Okay, but
We actually predicted Chiefs to win that week, both of us,
yeah,
which is funny enough.
yeah. So and also grant the Jags a scoop. Things happen. Sometimes things happen, and I don't know. Chiefs didn't do what they thought they were going to do that week, or they thought it was going to be a walkover, relaxed, and ended up getting their ass handed to them. Yeah, I'm not complaining about it.
It's never going to happen again.
Well, let's see, but
For the reasons.
but yeah, so that was at least a okay. So but exclude that game, right? The rest of the games that the Jags have played have kind of been mediocre, type of games, and one or two of them, well, there shouldn't have been a question with the Jags when they should have won that, which they did end up, but was still. Yeah, I don't know if you can count those games. So at the end of the day, who have they actually played of any significant strength? And
That's not about to check now to see actually while you're talking. Yeah, first game Panthers 26-10.
Yeah.
Second game Bengals. Oh, they lost against Bengals.
Yeah.
Texans. They beat the Texans.
Yeah. Again, when the Texans were down, right? So
They beat the 49ers.
okay, fair enough.
They beat the Chiefs. Then Seahawks beat them. Then Rams beat them.
Yeah.
So the biggest team they beat was the 49ers.
Yeah. Because they don't come to Chiefs anyway.
Oh, Chiefs as well. But yeah, we don't count the Chiefs.
Yeah. So I don't know. To me, just I don't know. Like at the moment, I think the current we often check, right, the playoff picture. So if it had to end, as of today, where they'd be, and I mean the Jags are in the playoffs.
Yeah, they ended up my 7th seed the last time I checked. Yeah.
But let's look at it this way, right? Looking at the playoff picture now. Sorry, I'm coming. Yeah, just detracting from the game side, but yeah, little digression of the side there. We're gonna put a Trevor Noah here, right?
2 hours later.
Yeah. All right. So playoff picture at the moment, as it stands now, right? And maybe this is an interesting question to ask as well. Of the two conferences, I'm going to read them off now. Who do you think is actually going to stay, or who do you think will be in the playoffs at the end of the season compared to where they're at now, right?
I can visualize. I can pull it up as well.
So, all right. So we've got on the AFC side of the playoff picture as of today.
Yeah.
Right. Currently, if the season had to end today, playoffs would be Colts, Patriots, Broncos, Steelers, Bills, Chargers, Jaguars.
Yeah.
outside looking in, the first like quarter 2 or 3 of them is Chiefs, Bengals, and Texans. And on the NFC side, we've got in the playoffs as of today would be Packers, 49ers, Eagles, Bucks, Lions, Seahawks, and Rams. And then so the next 3 in line that would be outside looking in would be the Bears, Panthers, and Cowboys. Yeah, it's currently standing. Right. Of those 7 each division, who do you think is still going to be there, and who do you think is potentially?
I would, AFC side, I see Colts still staying. I see Patriots, Broncos, Steelers, and Bulls still staying. Questionable Chargers. I think the Chiefs will end up taking Jaguars' spot. Not necessarily being 7th seed, but Jaguars probably get either Jaguars or Chargers getting kicked out and Chiefs taking up the space.
Okay.
That's what I see. Because Bengals, I don't see them making. Texans, maybe not. Raiders, don't. Raiders and downwards. Ravens, maybe Lamar Jackson comes back and just destroys the rest of the games.
I still think it's too little too late.
Yeah.
And also do you think they're a one-horse pony in that they literally rely on one man to carry the entire team. So honestly, like, he'll beat the weaker teams off kind of thing. The team will rally and Ravens will rally and they'll beat off the sort of lower ranked kind of teams, but against stronger teams, they don't stand a chance.
So I think the only difference in AFC side, besides positions, because that's gonna be
no, fair enough, not necessarily positions, but
I think either Chargers or Jaguars will drop, and the Chiefs will take a spot.
Okay,
that's what I see there. NFC side, there's Packers, 49ers, Eagles, Bucks, Lions, Seahawks, and Rams. Is a very NFC is a strong division, man. A strong conference, I should say.
Yeah.
The only thing I could see, if it continues to go this well, is Bears maybe kicking out Rams. Very unlikely. Imagine Panthers kicking in somehow. Because they're 4-3. Panthers are 4-3 at the moment.
Yeah.
That's mad.
True.
Last time we saw something like that was like 2016 when they made Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's insane. I'll roughly say that if anything has to change, maybe Bears will join, maybe Rams comes out or Seahawks. But I think overall, NFC will stay with these 7 teams.
So I'm somewhat in agreement. On the NFC side,
I think it's going to stay.
I think this paints a pretty clear picture already of who's there and who's not there. Questionable on my side is Cowboys. Yeah, I do think the Cowboys might rise up in. They have the potential to, I'd say, take the NFC East. They're currently second. NFC East first place is Eagles at the moment. So there'll be. I do think there might be a bit of a fight for first place in the East side. In which case, again, they might come in, and I'd say questionably the Bears.
It's a maybe.
Yeah,
Bears and
I do feel I'm not looking at it objectively though from the Bears side, because I do have a soft spot for the Bears. They're kind of like my second team, even though we're in the same division. Whatever. But the point is, I'd like the Bears to be in there, but at the same time, like, if I have to be honest with myself, I'm not sure they're gonna pull it off. So realistically, the only potential difference is the Cowboys, and then knocking out maybe Seahawks or Rams. But I honestly do believe it'll probably be the Rams in this case. But there's on the NFC side, there's like, these are your strong teams. Everybody else is shit. They're not going to make it. Right? There's a clear divide. Like, you're either above that line or you're not. And there's maybe like 8 teams above the line, and they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight all for those 7 spots.
Yeah.
Right. Easy enough. On the AFC side, though,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's a big difference now, right?
What
Like,
do you think?
it's like almost like everything is up for grabs in my mind, right? You've got you've got Colts at number 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if they'll stay at number 1, but I do think they'll be in the playoffs. Yeah, no questions asked. Patriots, the way they're playing now, I don't think they'll end up 1 in their division, in your division. But
You don't think it'll be first anymore?
yeah, I don't think so.
Do you think Bills are going to take their spot again?
I do think so. Yeah,
If dip.
not to. I don't want to rain on your parade, man. But like, honestly, like, yeah. All right, let's move on before we. But yeah, okay.
We'll still be in the playoffs at least.
To
Or you're
put it,
putting us out of the playoffs.
yeah, you can just go.
Oh,
What I mean is, okay, let me be more accommodating, right? So between the Bulls and the Patriots, one of you will obviously, yeah, there'll be a fight for first, second, kind of thing. But yes, that's the you'll still be in questionable is somewhat everybody else. I mean, you've got the Broncos, which I'd like to be there. Steelers, I mean, they're playing pretty decently.
Yeah.
I do think they have a shot at playoffs.
Only downside as well.
Well, no, actually, I think he's doing pretty well with the Steelers at the moment. To be
I think there's a person only downside as Rodgers is.
okay, yeah. Well, we're playing Green Bay is playing the Steelers in week 8, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Bulls have a shot, right?
Yeah.
Chargers, as they stand now, they currently have a shot.
Yeah, 69% chance.
Yeah, but then you've got the Chiefs. I think you've got the Bengals. The Bengals, in my mind at least, currently stand decent, a fairly decent shot. I know the ratings don't look so great, but I mean that's based on existing performance versus
At the moment, they have a current 19% chance of making playoffs.
yeah, but that would change drastically depending on
wins they attack.
yeah, going forward. You've got the Texans, which I think are rising up the ranks pretty quickly. Yeah, and then I guess from there everybody else is
great.
strong. Yeah,
Ravens actually has a 45% chance. No, Ravens.
Yeah, but
even though they're currently sitting 1-5, everyone else that's 1-5, 1-6,
yeah, but
are like negative at less than 1%.
This is why I don't look at the percentage chances because, yeah, I mean,
AI calculations is broken.
yeah, the way they calculate it is kind of to me insane. There's consideration for this and then consideration for that and consideration for that. And they also tend to favor heavily the past performance or past rankings kind of thing, and where they kind of who they played in past games. So yeah, it's not considering, for instance, that Jackson's out and
Jackson's out. They're 1-5, but they're still on 49%. And
it's like, okay, well, it's cool. They've got maybe I don't know what 9 games or 8 games left in the season with Jackson potentially there, so everything's great. They're going to be the same as last season. They're likely going to end then at what are they currently now? 1-5.
At 1-5.
So if they win the next 8 games, it's going to be 9-5, and so that's probably good enough. So compared to the other teams.
Oh, dude, now first of all, will be all of a sudden they kick like the Patriots out or something.
Yeah, but basically what I mean is, so looking at it currently, you've got at least 10 teams right now.
It's a possibility
as of now that are fighting for the 7th spot. On the AFC side, it's maybe 8. Yeah, that are fighting for the 7th spot. It's kind of settled on the NFC side. On the AFC, it's kind of debatable.
Yeah.
I mean, if you throw the Ravens in there, it now becomes 11th team. as an example. I definitely don't think the Browns are going to make it, neither the Raiders. And then from there, every other team.
It's Dolphins.
There aren't 3 other teams left so there's other teams there. We don't talk about those.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, but anyways, getting back to the game kind of thing, or the games we want to talk about. I think the only game that I think I really do have left to just give a special mention or a particular mention, because I had a note on this and I was really upset, or I'm not upset about it, but I was like really annoyed by it. Vikings versus Eagles. Wentz. I don't know what that guy was thinking.
Yeah, he said he had a terrible game.
Yeah, he absolutely. Basically, you get taught in NFL or as a QB, you never throw backwards, right? Because it's a backward pass, and so if that play gets tackled, it's a loss of yards. Yeah, right. What does he do? Panicked at one point. There's obviously pressure coming.
Blitzing.
Yeah, he's potentially about to get taken down. His intended receivers are all covered. He looks around. I think it was his one back was off on the side of the field. Behind him, decides, oh well, what the hell? Throws the ball to him. Guy gets tackled. Lost yards.
I mean, better you got sacked.
Yeah. Just take the sack in that case. Or you know what, even better, just throw the ball out.
Exactly. I don't know why they don't just throw the ball out.
Yeah.
That's where Drake May is brilliant.
Yeah.
Because even last season, rookie year, and that's why a lot of people praised him even in his rookie season last year, he could read that. When he saw, crap, I'm about to get sacked, he knew, throw the ball out. Like rookie season played like a professional, like he's been there for years.
Yeah.
And since then, that's why I was like, not because of it, but that's why I always said he's going to be our new Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because he could reach it like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously it's just basic. Look, there are rules around it, right? You can't just decide, okay, well, I'm going to throw the ball out. You do have to leave the pocket, or the pocket has to have collapsed. We have to have migrated out of the pockets. There has to be an intended receiver, kind of thing. Otherwise, it's intentional grounding and all that, whatever, all sorts of weird rules.
Amount of rules, dude.
Yeah, so there are rules around it. You can't just, wait, I'm getting chuck the ball out. But in saying that, he had plenty of time to move as where and when he needed, or in that case, take the sack.
Exactly. But then also, like he said, it seemed like his ribs are hurt, his shoulder.
Yeah. So
he hurt his shoulder.
Yeah. He looked like he had some shoulder issues during the game. He was generally like nursing his shoulder, or he at least seemed like he was nursing his shoulder during the game. He did get tackled hard at one point. Like he was on the ground for a little while, like gripping his ribs. And one of the sacks. There is a question also on whether he's capable of, in week 8 now, throwing the ball. And the Vikings are a little banged up on quarterbacks because, I mean, look, McCarthy potentially is returning.
I heard somewhere like he's somewhat clear to come back.
Yeah, he's actually he's not entirely 100% ready yet, but they effectively don't have an alternative option, right? So if Wentz gets injured, right, quarterback listed as emergency QB kind of thing is McCarthy. He's going to have to kind of jump in and play.
And he had one good quarter the entire couple of games he played.
Yeah. So good luck in your predictions for the Vikings over Chargers.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Yeah. I will also say just on the Eagles side of things, they did seem to actually at least have started making corrections in their offensive side of things. I didn't see Barkley's name occurring a lot more as compared to previous games. They do seem to be making a lot more use of the talent that they have. Birds actually really did or threw really, really well. I thought good accuracy, that type of thing. So yeah, I do think the Eagles are on the rise, at least for now. We'll see what happens in week 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Whether we can call it a stable rise or if it's just that one shot back.
Yeah. The one lucky
Yeah.
player.
But yeah, I guess
That's all game coverage discussions, man.
yeah. Okay.
Ooh, excuse me. But cool. Moving on to week 7's standings. Our week 7 standings of our predictions. So, okay, I'll go through the games I won. I got correct. Okay, so, oops, I pushed buttons there. So, week 7, I got the Patriots over the Titans correct. Got the Browns over the Dolphins correct. Bears over Saints. Chiefs over Raiders. Colts over Chargers. Packers over Cardinals. 49ers over Falcons. Lions over Buccaneers. And Seahawks over Titans. Texans. Sorry, I should say. Seahawks over Texans. Those are the games I got correct.
Yeah, you know what? It's just going to be quicker if I go over the games that didn't get correct. There only needs to be of them. So which I called the Jags over the Rams.
Yeah.
Big mistake on my part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously the Rams took that.
Bigger mistake.
Yeah, bigger mistake. Saints over Bears, and then what surprised me, I think,
Surprised me as well.
the most was the Commanders over the Cowboys.
Yeah, I thought the Commanders were going to take that game.
Yeah, but lessons learned. I've kind of adjusted my position on a couple of things. But in saying that, right, that does now bring me in total closer to I was 5 behind, and I am now only 2 behind.
Yeah, you've been closer and closer. So our week 7 standings, I got 9 right, 6 incorrect. You got 12 correct and 3 incorrect.
Yes.
And the overall score is 65 for me and 63 for you.
Yeah.
I think after week 8, you're going to take the lead.
You think so?
I really have a feeling you're going to take the lead after week 8.
Why do you say that?
I was very nervous doing my predictions, man.
Oh, yeah, look, it becomes difficult to call. Like mentioned earlier, right? So you've got Ravens, questionable, right?
Yeah.
Ravens Bears game. Who is Jackson playing? Is he not playing? I'll be
so lucky if Jackson's playing because I went. Well, we'll get to that now. But I went with Ravens.
Yeah. So I went with Bears. Yeah. I was like, you know what? If he's questionable, probably isn't going to play, or at least he's going to play in a limited capacity. And so,
come on for the first half, throw a couple of bangers, touchdown, 5 TDs, and then
also feel those. So I went with the current stable known as it stands, but yeah, so there are questions like that. I think there were a good couple of stable games, like games that kind of seemed pretty obvious, and then there's like 2 or 3 that you kind of, this is gonna
it's a tough one. But moving on to our power rankings.
Oh yeah, gotta do power rankings, right?
Gotta do power rankings. So I changed mine up quite a bit compared to last week.
Mm-hmm.
So starting at number 10, I have the LA Rams. 9, I have Buffalo Bills. At 8, I have Seattle Seahawks. Number 7, I have San Francisco 49ers. Number 6, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number 5, Denver Broncos. Number 4, New England Patriots. Number 3, Detroit Lions. Number 2, Green Bay Packers. And number 1, Indianapolis Colts. I'm so grateful I pulled down the correct finger. So like 2, I was like, oh, thank God.
Pretty weird sounds, isn't it? All right. So my rankings have also changed slightly. Introduction of for instance, the Patriots, 49ers dropping off. I've lowered the Bucks, like as an example. The Patriots on? I did, yeah.
You said in the last episode, even if they beat the Titans, I'm not putting them on my list.
Did I say?
Yes.
We'll have to go check the footage. But yeah, no, look, I mean, I think I was still questionable on whether it's, that blip or, quick thing, or whether they actually have the staying power to last the entire season. At this point, I'm leaning towards the staying power side. My next major evaluation of where things are is going to be at about week 12. So then you've got like 5 weeks left, 5-6 weeks odd left of the season, and that's when these sort of last major plays are going to happen. The teams are going to be like pulling out whatever sub they can to try and get in if they need to. That's that type of thing goes down.
That's fair.
So yeah, so until we get to week 12, where we're sitting at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Number 1, Colts. 2, Lions. Number 3, Packers, having risen up a bit. Bills dropping down to number 4. Patriots, number 5, new entry into my rankings. Number 6, I think roughly about the same, slight increase potentially from last week. Eagles at number 6, Broncos at number 7, Seahawks at 8, Bucks dropping all the way down to 9, and I'm still questioning whether I should keep them there. I just want to see what happens in the coming weeks based on things like injury, whether Jones can still keep the pace up with the I want to say limited teammates that he has that keep disappearing. They potentially fall off my list. And then number 10 is the Rams. I will say the top sort of 5, 6 there kind of seem like my, maybe even 7 up to the Broncos, kind of seem for me a stable.
Yeah, I was going to say it was the most stable one.
It's the teams lower than that, or the other teams, like where do you fit them? And I would only going to choose 3.
Yeah.
If we're doing top 15, okay, cool, that makes it a lot easier. But yeah, trying to pull in 8, 9, 10. It's quite. I've got a choice of about 7 that I'm looking at. I think for 3 positions, yeah, it makes it a bit difficult. But yeah, I'd say ranking like the top 7 kind of at this point for me are like more or less a stable feature. Maybe rise lower, kind of thing. But yeah,
like too much stable. Like Patriots are currently 4 wins on the road on a 4-game winning streak, man. First time since 1960 something. Man.
Patriots are back, baby.
Yeah.
And then bounce. Yeah, 2 ahead of ourselves.
We hope we beat the Browns. Well, predicted because you guys lost to the Browns, so
yeah.
And then next week you guys lose to the Panthers.
We're talking about being nice and stuff. And you want to see how I turn my attention away from the Patriots?
You're very nice. First time you put the Patriots on your list and put them number 5. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much for doing that.
I will remove them from the
don't right now. But cool, let's move on to the AM Sideline Awards. So, kicking off with MVP of the week, we generally have picked someone.
Yes.
This time we haven't. We have 5 different nominations, or 5 different candidates, I should say.
All right, let's run to the candidates.
So run to the candidates, and while you're doing that, pick one, and that'll be our MVP.
Why am I picking one?
It's up to you, because I put down what 4 of the candidates. You put down 1.
Yeah, but that naturally means I'm going to choose the one that I put down, right?
No,
so that's why I left it to you, because you put down more candidates. Look, I do agree with nominations for the others, but I will also say, like, it kind of, I don't want it to be biased. That's why we put this together, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's a really tough one this week, man.
Look, I tied the. If we're going to say, I tied between. Okay, well, I was supposed to have to read the nominations first.
Yeah.
but I did mention to you, that I.
It's a position, running back and wide receiver.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, those will be then our ties. Go through our nomination.
All right.
What's it called?
Nominations.
No,
Candidates.
no. Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. There we go. All right. Right. Matthew Stafford, quarterback for the Rams, throwing 21 of 33, 182 yards completed and 5 touchdowns in a convincing win against the Jaguars.
What's 35-7 is
Yeah, it was
a
a bit of a hiding, but same game. Devontae Adams, wide receiver for the Rams, basically taking 35 yards, 5 receptions, basically averaging 7 yards a reception. Did take the 3 touchdowns. Did a 3 touchdowns. Yeah, the 5 from Stafford. Then we had Jonathan Taylor, running back for the Colts. Made 94 yards from 16 carries, averaging 5.9 yards a carry. Also, basically scoring 3 touchdowns. Colts destroying that game. I think Taylor. Actually, if I might add, Taylor leads the league in rushing yards at the moment. Right? Yeah, the average is currently 99.6 yards a game. Right? So basically 100 yards a game.
he runs the entire field again.
Yeah. That's a full 10 yards a game more than James Cook, who's in second from James Cook from the Bulls.
Yeah.
Nearest thing is 89, or as of right now, 89.5 yards. Yeah.
That's insane.
Game.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, so he's up on the list. Bo Nix, quarterback for the Broncos. Bit of a slow game initially for him, as we mentioned, but
came out swinging.
Came out swinging
In the fourth quarter.
in their last 15 minutes. 27 from 50, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns. But also, that's not all. Rushing 48 yards from 5 carries. 2 of those carries to a touchdown.
Yeah.
Right. And then brought back basically the Broncos from that 19-0 lead or 19-0 deficit entering the fourth quarter, right?
To 33-32.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, sometimes 15 minutes is all you need, man.
Let's go with that. For some of us it's 5. Yeah. Just say. And then finally, the fifth honorable mention candidate is Jamar Chase, wide receiver for the Bengals, and 161 yards, 16 receptions, averaging 10.1 yards per reception for a touchdown, but just a phenomenal performance from Chase on the field. I mean, basically, that connection between Chase and Bradwell was just insane. Yeah.
Now, the performed extremely well.
Yeah. So,
those are not honorable mentions. You rate everyone. So who's the?
Yeah, well, if you were gonna know that, you nothing. Okay, cool, right? So those are the mentions. The combined or tied MVP goes to Jonathan Taylor and Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Around that, or we'll get around.
Oh, cool.
Team of the week.
Moving on to team of the week, we went with the Los Angeles Rams. That was on honorable mention. Sorry, we went with yeah. So the honorable mentions are the Los Angeles Rams and the Denver Broncos. But our team of the week is, what did I do? What's his name? Not Kennedy. Was it Kennedy? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Bill Clinton. You know how I have sexual relations. in the
Okay, put the hand down. Let's that's us on your
and team of the week, we went with the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, they just had a freaking great game.
Yeah, look, I mean, the Rams, I think, had a clear victory.
Yeah, it was a very obvious.
Yeah, the Broncos, yeah, exceptional performance in the fourth quarter, but
I think they all close second for team of the week because of that performance.
yeah, but at the same time, like, kind of sleeping through the first three quarters of the game doesn't kind of great to have the great comeback, but if you had done your job in the beginning of the
It wasn't required then.
it wouldn't have been as quiet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cincinnati Bengals, our team of the week. We're moving on to game of the week. Game of mentions and game of the week.
Honorable mention. Well, there's only one honorable mention.
Yep.
Broncos Giants game. Well, obviously, yeah, for obvious reasons. But again, if you're watching that game,
Fourth quarter.
get to the fourth quarter, and thank I said it.
Fourth quarter only.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, definitely the highlight of the week, at least in our minds, is the Steelers Bengals game. Woo! Game of the week goes to Steelers Bengals game. Pretty exciting game, back and forth. Yeah, it came down to the wire, I think, as well. And
What's a good game to old buddies?
Yeah. And then let's say experienced.
Yeah,
because they have like combined. I mean, the like a vast amount, like pretty much more than like two or combined 3, even 4 quarterbacks.
I actually believe they are the two oldest.
They are,
Yeah, in the NFL at the moment.
Rodgers and Flacco are the 2 oldest quarterbacks in the league at the moment.
Yeah, the Unger Bowl.
Yeah.
All right, but cool. Let's move on to our week 8 predictions.
Looking forward to week 8.
Speaking about week 8, man. So week 1. Okay, week 1 was week 1.
Yeah,
okay.
It is what it is.
It was not a great week. I think I got 9 and something. You got 8 for 8, and I got 9 for 7.
Yeah,
from correctly. Week 2 destroyed.
Yeah, we had I think that week.
Yeah, 14-2.
Yeah.
Week 3, I got 13-3. You got 8 again. From there, bro. From there, there's like 4 and 65, and it was like I've been struggling, right? So my predictions it's been scary.
We did have the 1 week where it was an upset, right?
Yeah. I got 4 games, you got 5 games.
Yeah, it was a complete like what the hell just happened kind of moment. But I think we learned from that. Those are the type of games that keep you, or the weeks that keep you on on your toes. Don't settle. There's potential, like potential for an upset. It does also make you nervous when you're making your predictions, because now you don't predict an upset. Yeah. Like, when this is really obvious, but then again, maybe it's not that obvious. Like, it could just be the Panthers coming out and destroying the Bulls or something. As an example.
I thought of that with the week 8 predictions, man. But like Panthers beating the Falcons, no one saw that happening. Yeah. Titans beating the Cardinals, no one saw that happening.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure somebody did, but yeah. But the thing is, yeah, I mean, obviously there's much at stake, or there's many moving parts in the mix, right? So we make our predictions here around Wednesday.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah. Prior to the games.
Yeah.
There's a lot that changes between Thursday and the actual game. Yeah. Sunday. So yeah, kind of, I'd say the Thursday game is probably a bit more predictable. You kind of have a bit more information on what's going to happen. But then Sunday's games, a lot changes between there. And then on the field, like even during the game, a team that clear winner, or suddenly concussion thing, I don't know, whatever, something happens, and all of a sudden team falls apart and the other team wins, and then you're like, wow, didn't see that coming, did I? Like, kind of thing. And so you get it wrong. It's really difficult to, I mean, that's how we do this for fun.
Exactly.
It's not,
But you saying, we do our predictions Wednesday, Thursday, makes Thursday's game very clear and obvious. Says the one that has gotten Thursday game correct for the last couple of weeks. I've lost that game for the last couple of weeks.
actually, now that I'm thinking about it, last week you lost that. As your,
Week before I lost that.
did you?
Yeah.
Did I not also?
This week I lost it. Maybe, I can't remember.
Yeah.
We have to go check. But
Okay, yeah.
I have those images somewhere. But no, cool. Let me run through my predictions quickly. So Thursday Night Football, I went with Vikings over Cardinals. Then kicking off Sunday, I went with Falcons over Dolphins. I went Rams over Bears. Bengals over Jets. Bulls over Cardinals. I'm really hoping for upset there. The Cardinals beating them. I actually wanted to put, I'm not Cardinals, Panthers. I actually wanted to put them like Panthers over the Bulls.
Did you really?
I wanted to, yeah. I typed it out before doing this and I'm like, I don't know. Because I could see that happening. Panthers, Bulls is not performing that well last couple of games, last couple of weeks. Panthers have.
Yeah. Keep in mind, right? The Bulls did come off a bye week.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the game off their bye week. They've had a ton of rest. They've at least been able to look at what they're doing. Look at where the gaps in their setup is.
Yeah.
And attempt to correct them.
Yeah.
So they have had the opportunity to do that. Weeks of time to do that. Hopefully they come out, and show that, hey, we're Super Bowl caliber. We're attempting to make a run for it this year. The lose to the Panthers now, yeah, I mean, there's probably a big question mark that gets put over them for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. There goes the Super Bowl dreams then. Then I have 49ers over the Texans, Patriots over the Browns, Eagles over the Giants. Still questionable because the Giants beat the Eagles last time.
Yeah.
Bucks over Saints, Colts over Titans, Broncos over Cowboys, Packers over Steelers, and the Chiefs over everyone else. I mean, Commanders.
I mean, at this point, every week you might as well just predict the Chiefs.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we're losing. Okay, time to call in the big guns.
Yeah.
Rep. Yeah, it's that signal. You're like,
like baseball. The helmet. Run.
And the moment Mahomes does this kind of thing, rep goes, illegal formation. Nah, 5-yard penalty. Right. But ref, the Chiefs are on the ball. Sorry, I meant pass interference. 10-yard penalty, pass interference,
roughing the quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah. So goodness me, it's bad. Yeah,
but cool. Yours, my friend.
Cool. So I think we differed in four picks. I've got Chargers over Vikings, Falcons over Dolphins, Bears over Ravens, with the idea that Jackson's not playing. Bengals over Jets, Bulls over Panthers. Yeah, those should take that. I think Texans over Niners, Patriots over Browns, Eagles over Giants, Bucks over Saints, Colts over Titans, Broncos over Cowboys. The one that makes me sad, but unfortunately, Steelers over Packers, and the obvious pick,
the big one over,
as always. I will say, so we do know the outcome of the Thursday game.
Yeah.
It is
Cardinals.
You're one down.
I'm already one down. Chargers beat the Vikings, son of a biscuit, because that happened last night. So I'm already one down. That means you are currently one step closer in tying me with 65-64.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so the Broncos Cowboys, right? Yeah, I know we both picked the Broncos, as an example. But the interesting comment I read about the Cowboys, the Cowboys don't play well outdoors.
Outdoors, really?
Yeah, in an outdoor stadium, they pretty much in like majority losing section.
Really?
It's indoor stadium, you can guarantee it, like almost guarantee that they're gonna win. Outdoor stadium, not a chance. They're indoor cats. They prefer the indoors.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, like based on like I read the commentary I read or about it was that yeah, like if you take the games that the Cowboys have played indoors versus outdoor, where it's an indoor stadium versus an outdoor stadium, it's something like 3-0 for indoor stadiums and like 1-3 for
Outdoors.
1-3-1 or something, whatever for an outdoor stadium.
He's like it. That is so strange.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Football is football. Doesn't matter, man.
I mean, I guess,
Or the wind pushed the ball that way.
yeah, I mean, who knows? But yeah, they don't seem to like the outdoor stadium. They're playing in an outdoor stadium now. So it's likely gonna be the losing. But we have the Broncos winning, so it's
1 week later, Cowboys beat.
they overturned the odds this week just because we mentioned it.
Like you said last week, if you choose the Cowboys, they lose. If you don't choose the Cowboys, they win. So there's two odds. It's outdoor stadium and you didn't choose them. So they're either gonna win, either gonna do that one or this one.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what
We have to see what happens. But cool beans, guys. So that's a wrap on episode 16. What's that? Wait, is it 16? Yeah, 14 was last week.
Yeah,
Episode 16. Yeah.
Cool. We're on a downward slope toward year 20 now.
Here we go. We're gonna party on episode 20.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew. But thank you very much, guys, for watching and staying tuned. We really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts, your feelings for week 7 and your feelings for the upcoming week, week 8.
Yeah, I mean, make your predictions compared to ours. Tune us if we got something wrong.
Yeah.
Or you think we're got something wrong.
And we'll tune you back.
Don't disagree with the masters.
We far from it, though.
Yeah, no, we're just joking. It's all fun and games.
But yeah, my friend. All right, anything else you want to say?
Nope. I think we're good, right?
Yeah, so wrap us up.
So if we're done, then we'll catch you all next time.
From the sideline.
The AM Sideline Report, where you go to crew. Touchdowns and tackles, we give you the view. Huddle up, football fans, this show's for you. From the pregame hype to the final whistle, true.